Welcome to Read and Learn English. Today, we have a long and interesting story for you. It is about a lazy boy who becomes smart and strong. In this story, we will learn how he changes his life. He learns to work hard. He also shows us that even lazy people can do great things if they have a strong reason. This story is easy to understand and good for learning English. We will use simple words and short sentences. You can read and listen at the same time. This helps you learn English in a fun way. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Let's begin. The Lazy Winner. Once upon a time, there was a small village. In this village lived a boy named Ryan. Ryan was about 14 years old. He lived in a small house with his mother and father. They were not rich, but they were happy. The house was simple. It had 2 rooms, a small kitchen, and a yard. Ryan's parents worked in the rice fields. Every day they worked hard to grow rice. They used simple tools, and they worked under the hot sun. Ryan helped his parents in the field, but he was very lazy. He did not like to work hard. His job was easy. He only needed to keep birds away from the rice. The birds came to eat the rice seeds. Ryan had to shout or wave a stick to scare them away. Most people used slingshots or long sticks. They walked around the field. But Ryan did not want to walk. He did not want to stand under the hot sun. So, Ryan had an idea. He took some wooden poles and ropes. He put the poles in different places in the field. Then he tied ropes between them. He tied small cloth pieces to the ropes. When the wind blew, the cloth moved. The birds saw the moving cloth and flew away. Ryan could lie down and rest. He did not need to stand up or walk. His father watched this and thought, "Ryan is lazy, but he is smart." Even though Ryan was lazy, he always finished his job. The birds stayed away, and the rice grew well. His father sometimes felt worried. He thought, "If I get sick, will Ryan be able to take care of everything?" But he did not say anything, because Ryan did his work in his own way. One summer, something bad happened. The weather was very dry. There was no rain for many days. The sun was very hot. The rice plants needed water. But Ryan's father got sick. He could not go to the field. He had a fever and had to stay in bed. Ryan's mother took care of him at home. Now, Ryan had to do all the work alone. At first, Ryan tried his best. He went to the field early in the morning. He carried water from the well. But it was hard. The buckets were heavy. The field was big. Ryan was not used to hard work. He got tired very quickly. He sat under a tree and said, "This is too hard. I don't like this." After a few days, the rice plants started to die. They were dry and weak. Ryan felt sad. He knew it was his fault. That night, Ryan sat outside his house. He looked up at the stars. He felt useless and weak. He said to himself, "Why didn't I work harder before? Now my family's rice is gone. I can't help them. I'm just lazy." His eyes were full of tears. He wanted to change. He wanted to be better. The next morning, Ryan heard some noise in the village. People were talking loudly. He went to see what was happening. A soldier stood in the center of the village. He was reading a message from the king. The king was going to hold a big competition. The winner would get a chest full of gold. The gold could help a family for many years. Ryan heard this and thought, "If I win, I can help my family. I can buy food and medicine. I can fix our house." Without thinking too much, Ryan said, "I will join the competition." The villagers were shocked. Some laughed. "Ryan, the lazy boy, he wants to join the king's competition?" They thought it was a joke. But Ryan was serious. He packed a small bag with food and water. He said goodbye to his parents. His father was still sick, but he smiled. He said, "Good luck, my son. This journey will change you." His mother gave him a hug and said, "Be brave. We believe in you." The palace was far away. It took Ryan 3 days to walk there. He walked through forests, crossed rivers, and climbed small hills. He was tired, but he kept going. He thought about his father, his mother, and the dry rice field. He said to himself, "I must try. I must not give up." When Ryan reached the palace, he saw many people. There were strong men and tall boys. They all looked ready for the competition. Ryan felt small and weak. "How can I beat them?" he thought. But he didn't leave. He stayed. The next morning, the first part of the competition started. The king's helper came and said, "You must cross the big lake. The first 3 people to reach the other side will move to the next round." Everyone stood near the lake. The water was deep and wide. The helper shouted, 3, 2, 1, go! All the strong boys jumped into the water. They swam fast, but Ryan did not move. He looked around. He thought, "I'm not a good swimmer. I will lose if I swim. I need a better idea." Then he saw a forest near the lake. He ran into the forest. He found some long branches and tied them together. He made a small raft. He used another branch as a paddle. Ryan sat on the raft and started paddling. It was slow, but he did not stop. The other boys were getting tired. Some started to swim slower. Some went the wrong way. Ryan moved slowly but steadily. He passed many of them. In the end, Ryan reached the other side of the lake. He was the 3rd person to finish. The helpers wrote his name. He moved to the final round. The next day was the final challenge. Only 3 boys were left. The king came to watch. He sat on a big chair. His face was calm, but he watched with great interest. The helper said, "Each of you will get a big wooden block. You must move it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind you are some tools. You may choose only 1 tool. The first to finish will be the winner." The first boy took a long rope. He tied it to his block and started pulling. It was hard. He used all his strength. The second boy used a thick stick. He tried to push the block slowly. It moved a little. Ryan looked at the tools. There were ropes, sticks, hammers, and small knives. Ryan thought carefully. He said to himself, "I can't move this block with my muscles. I'm not strong, but I can use my brain." He picked up a small knife. The crowd laughed. "A knife? What can he do with that?" they said. But Ryan did not listen. He started cutting the corners of the wooden block. He worked slowly. He cut and shaped the block into a round shape. It took him a long time. But after 1 hour, the block looked like a big ball. Ryan pushed the ball. It rolled easily on the road. He moved faster and faster. The other 2 boys were still struggling. Their blocks were heavy and hard to move. Ryan passed them. He pushed his wooden ball with all his strength. Finally, he reached the finish line. He was the first one. The crowd clapped and cheered. The king stood up and smiled. The king said, "Ryan, you are not the strongest, but you are the smartest. You used your mind. You solved the problem in a clever way. You are the winner." He gave Ryan a big chest of gold. Everyone was surprised. The lazy boy had won the king's competition. Ryan thanked the king. He said, "This gold is not just for me. It is for my family. I want to help them. I want to work hard from now on." Ryan returned to his village. He bought medicine for his father. He fixed the house. He helped the poor. He worked in the field every day. He was not lazy anymore. People in the village now respected him. They told their children, "Don't laugh at lazy people. They can change. They can become smart and hardworking, just like Ryan." Moral of the story: everyone can change. Sometimes we just need a strong reason. Love for family, a big goal, or a dream can help us grow. Use your mind, work hard, and never give up. Even if you feel lazy today, you can be a winner tomorrow. Thank you for listening to our story. We hope you liked it. Today we learned about Ryan, a lazy boy who used his brain to solve problems. He worked hard for his family and became a winner. This story teaches us that smart thinking and a strong reason can help us beat laziness. Even if you feel lazy today, remember, you can change. You can become better. Always believe in yourself. This is Read and Learn English. We help you learn English through easy stories. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. See you again in the next story.